showtime! Woo! 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 Silent and profiling. Woo! It's live and in color. Woo!
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report on Mafia Sports Report channel. I'm your host, Tommy, to the highest degree, to the TOP from the 313. And by my side is my main man, my toucan Sam, the one they call the Apex Man, Mr. Mikey. Happy fucking Thanksgiving.
Turkey Day. Happy Turkey Day, brother.
Dude, today would not have been good if we lost that game for me.
Yeah, I'm with you.
If I would have went and ate, because listen, after this, I'm going to eat Thanksgiving dinner. I swear my mood would have been like, nah, I'm good. I'm good, bro. I'll make a pizza and
I was telling you during our text thread, after Josh scored that second touchdown, I went out to put the bird in the oven. And then I heard ding, 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 and it's you.
Oh my!
So talking
all the
about
bad
what
news.
happened, all the bad news.
All the bad news.
Back,
fucking.
We kicked the field goal and went into halftime. I was like, what the hell,
bro? Another second half nightmare on this team. Really, the whole game, but second half is a problem. Red zone, once again, a problem. I will say this though, Josh didn't have a great game, but I don't know what it was, man. He had that look in his eyes on that final drive, the one where we scored the touchdowns. Forget the one that they had the field goal to win it. I'm talking about the one, the drive before when he went to Diggs. He had a look, man. I'm telling you, I don't know what it was, but I'm like, this dude, like, he's confident. Like, he didn't look like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but that was his best drive of the whole game, in my opinion.
Well, if you notice in that drive, we went a lot of short, quick passes. It felt very much reminiscent of how we started out the year. Quick pass, quick pass, quick pass. Then we went to the middle. Then quick pass, all the way downfield. Josh run. Is one of those.
The run game was once again it worked. Yes, we still go away from it at time. You know what I hated in this game, Mikey? I could not stand. Now, mind you, I said before the game when I went, because you were still sleeping during Cali time, I said, get Josh going early, get the ball out of his hand quickly. However, you know what was driving me nuts tonight? That today, that little pass that we do to the side, the quick pass to the receiver on the outside. It did not work all game.
Yeah.
The Lions sniffed it out every single time, bro. I don't think there was maybe 1 yard, 2 yards. That's all we were getting. It was and it was very, bro. Those passes like that, when defense are that, bro, those could be interceptions, fumbles, a lot of bad things. It just wasn't working. Sometimes they work, but this game, bro, the Lions played that perfectly, and Dorsey kept going back to the well, and it was so frustrating because I love Dorsey, but man, Dorsey's so lately it's frustrating with me and him right now, and I love him.
He gets stuck in this loop
and
can't get himself out of it. Because the same thing inside the red zone on that interception, it was that read option pass.
Yep.
And that linebacker played it perfect. He knew exactly what they were doing because they run. That's the only play they run down low.
He actually had him though. Diggs was open.
Wide open. He was wide open.
It just, you know what? Sometimes though, I will say with Allen though, he likes to really bullet that. Sometimes he needs to just learn how to put a little touch on it. You don't need to rifle it in every time.
Let's
and not only that a lot of the time they get tipped because they're kind of short. He's sidearming it sometimes. And we got to remember our offensive line, and which we're going to get to, guys, has been bad. So when that happens, the defensive line pushes forward, their hands are up in the air, balls get tipped, and boom, before you know it, you got yourself an interception.
Yeah. I mean, let's give that linebacker some credit. He timed the jump perfectly and pushed it right back to his guy. I mean, it was a great defensive play. It's just frustrating that, because when we go back to last week in Minnesota, Patrick Peterson said the Bills are very obvious in what they're going to do. They're predictable.
Right.
And now the Lions just did the same thing. Hey, Dorsey, listen to what the league's telling you. Be creative. Do something different. Good God.
You got to. Unless he just...
They're just stubborn. The
unless
coaching staff is so stubborn.
They are. Both sides of the ball. But I'm almost thinking, though, sometimes it's personnel. Almost like they don't trust him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. And if that's the case, then, dude, then you need to go figure it out in the offseason. Then, listen, for instance, this offensive line, let's get to it. Yeah. Bad. I'm sorry, one of the worst in the league. It's funny when we go against teams sometimes, Mikey, and they're going against the 31st ranked offensive line, and I'm like, they don't look that bad. I don't know. That makes ours look like the worst ever. Like, bro, ours is so bad, bro. We do not.
Both of them were pretty bad today.
Oh, dude.
Both lines were pretty bad.
Yes. And well, what are you talking about? The D line?
No. Both offensive lines were pretty bad today.
Oh, on the line. Yeah, but the Lions are, listen.
They actually have a good offensive line.
They're okay. They're in the middle of the pack. They're not the greatest.
Yeah.
They're all right. I think they had a player go out too early in the game.
Yeah.
Listen, there was no what I hated was listen, they kept bringing up the whole travel thing. I get it. And it's not that it's an excuse. I understand the players are tired. But hey, listen, the Lions played Sunday too. Okay, they had to fly to New York or New Jersey or whatever, and then they had to fly back. Same thing. Listen, man, we're just not playing good ball. We can think of all the excuses in the world, but at the end of the day, we have not been right for weeks now. And it's funny, man, when it rains, it pours, right? Like that, like Tyler Bass missing the extra point. Like, come on, man. Come on, Bass. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, that last field goal too. Very close.
Snuck that one in there.
Bro, and the Lions kicker, that one looks so off.
And it snuck back.
It snuck right back, which is no wind. I don't know.
Going fucking left. I don't know.
Yeah, but our kicker all the way to the right. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, yes, Josh. That
last one was bad. The last one was
agree.
Bad.
Now, was it more on a leg or her shoulder?
No, it was his leg.
Okay, he'll be all right. Tough kid. He'll be back.
No, he was celebrating on the sideline. He was fine.
I know. Yeah, I saw him.
It just.
But I mean it'll be like a stinger. Might have been a stinger. I'm not too concerned. However, I am concerned on a few things. Before we get into stats, let's talk injuries. And Mikey actually gave me some good news, though. I mean, listen, it could be worse, but we'll see. It's not official.
The initial diagnosis for Von Miller was sprained knee.
Okay, that is, guys. Listen, that's very, very, very good news. Now, of course, we want to hear from the coaching staff. We want to hear from McDermott.
They're gonna do an MRI based off of the initial tests. It was a sprained knee.
Right. Now we want to hear that though for a fact. You know what I mean? But we're just throwing that out there that Mikey did. I didn't hear it, but Mikey heard it.
They talked about it on the broadcast.
Right. See, I missed that. So that's really good. Deion Dawkins went out with an ankle injury. Who knows? Is it a high ankle sprain?
They didn't talk about Deion at all. They never brought it up on the broadcast.
Yeah. Trey White, by the way, returned, but he was only in for a quarter. He looked okay, but I didn't get to see much of him today. But it's good to see him on the field. I'm just hoping no setbacks. Mikey's thinking more it was just like a preseason kind of thing. Just get your feet kind of wet back and knock that rust off, which is fine. Any other injuries? I know Ed got a little banged up, but he came back in later in the game, so that's a good sign. I'll tell you what, I'll tell you who we're really hurting, guys. Tremaine Edmonds not being on the field really hurts us more than you think. Same thing with Micah Hyde being out for the season. Like, you guys have to understand, man, like, we are doing the best we can. And to our credit, and I know we should have blown the brakes off this Lions team, they are a top 10 offense. Yeah, they're up. Listen, guys, I went through the stats, in pregame. They're right up there with us. They're very close to us. So this is not like a shitty offense, right? Like, they're going to put points up. And we held them to 25. I thought our defense, for the most part, even though we're still playing that cushiony ass defense, Dane Jackson's still getting exposed every week. We still held them to 25. And that's a good Lions offense. Now, our offense, totally different story. Totally different story. It's been like just I don't know. It's been breaking, falling apart little by little each week to week. We gotta correct it, Mikey. What can we do? What can Ken Dorsey, what can McDermott come up with moving forward to correct these second half nightmares and just really in general the offense?
Start running the ball in the third quarter. For whatever reason, he's allergic to running the ball in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Chuckles comes in and says it. Well, they just don't run the ball in the third quarter. They come out and get throw happy.
I don't get it. I don't get it, especially with Allen.
Also,
listen, Romo was saying it the whole game, by the way. Romo was calling it the whole game. Allen is not right. He is not right.
No, he's not. You can tell.
His passes are short, a lot of them, right? Listen, I told you guys, he's going to play it through this.
Yeah.
But it's going to be something he's just going to have to deal with, and it's a pain thing. It's a pain tolerance thing. And listen, some of these passes are not going to be perfect. Also, they're going to be a little low, a little high.
Our receivers have to help him out a little bit more.
They 100%
bad drops today. Two
bad drops. He stumbled his feet on one of them.
Yeah, tripped himself.
He lost it. Yeah, tripped himself. But to Diggs' credit,
he came up big
big on a big moment, right? And that's not an easy catch. Allen fired that ball in there, bro.
Yeah, he did.
Fired that ball. Also, I gotta give another guy credit. Now, he was quiet in the second half. But Isaiah McKenzie played pretty good today. And the first half he did, Mikey. Yes, he did.
No, he did
you missed the whole second quarter. You telling me no, he did not? I'm telling you, he had a good first half.
The only thing he does, and because they played man, and then they stopped.
He had 96 yards receiving. You're telling me he had a bad game, bro? Mikey, he had
96 yards receiving, like on 3 catches.
Mikey, because he played man. He had 6 receptions. He averaged.
Go back and watch that game. He did.
He also had a touchdown. Mikey, that's not a bad game, bro. I'm sorry. I totally disagree.
That's a good game for McKenzie.
Totally disagree with you.
Not what we were.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he had. Listen, if McKenzie doesn't play that way today, we lose the game. He got the touchdown. No, take touchdown away.
I'm not a hater. I'm just calling what I see. I
understand, Mikey, but I said before the game they need to have Shakir in the slot, right? They need to play Shakir more. I saw Shakir in the field. He got nothing done. Now, is that because Allen didn't throw the ball to him? Possibly. But McKenzie
run plays.
I get it, but he was still out there. But my point is McKenzie in the first half, especially, he was the guy that was getting open, unlike Gabe Davis, unlike Stephon Diggs, that was actually making some type of plays. I'm not saying, oh my God, McKenzie's the answer now moving forward. McKenzie should be the slot guy. I'm just saying he was he stepped up in the first half. Now he went quiet in the second half, no doubt, but so did our whole offense. Listen, if you're going to point out McKenzie, let's point out Gabe Davis, who had 4 catches, 38 yards.
Davis looked horrible today.
Exactly. So you can't, even Stephon Diggs, who had multiple drops, right? Now he came up huge when it counted. But like I said, who had their touchdowns today? McKenzie and Diggs, right? Those both came up big when they needed to. I thought, listen, especially on the first touchdown McKenzie had, I thought that was a good route. Very good design play by Dorsey. That's on Dorsey. That's on McKenzie for running it right. So you got to give him a little credit. I still like McKenzie. I agree with you. He should be more of a, like I said, a gadget guy. But he did make some big plays today. So I have to disagree with you a little bit there. Now, running the ball today. I thought Devin Singletary, 14 carries, 72 yards, 5.1 average. A beautiful game. If you would have had, and now I did say 15 carries. I want minimum 15. Very close. 14. I'll take it. But he just listen. He needs a little bit more.
You know who didn't look good today?
James Cook. Totally lost. Totally lost on offense. Went the wrong way. Almost cost an interception. Because he ran the wrong way. Yep. Josh was looking him to go one way. He went the other. Or he
dropped a wide open one in the flat. That would have got a first down.
Yeah. But listen, you got to give him he is a rookie. Okay. You got to give him a little bit of the doubt. However, I want to see Hines in there over Cook. I'm going to be honest with you. You got to start getting Hines involved.
I also want to see Hines in some of those McKenzie runs. because McKenzie's just too tiny, and once he gets touched, he goes down.
He goes down. Yeah,
Hines is going to break some of those things.
He's like Beasley. He one touch, he's done.
Yeah,
I agree. Hines is a little bit like Singletary, not as powerful, I don't think, but Hines can move the ball a little bit more, fall forward. Put it that way. Get a couple more yards. And they're both as fat. They're both the same speed. I think Hines might be faster. I'm not sure.
Faster. But pure speed, he's faster because McKenzie's more quick than super fast.
Yeah. I just really wish. Listen, is it playbook thing still with Hines? Like I know Hines did admit. Well, Hines admitted early on he was kind of. It's a crazy playbook. Blah blah. Right, but dude, now you're on what, week 3? I think 3 weeks in. 4. Okay, dude. Like, come on, man. Like, let's go. And if he's struggling, get him some plays then. Just say, okay, you know what, dude? We're just here's your 6 plays. We learn them. This every time you're in, this is gonna be your play. You know what I mean? I mean, think of something, because not using them, I think, is hurting us. It really is.
One carry, 3 yards, 0 targets.
Yeah.
One of our most explosive players.
Unacceptable. Especially when Josh Allen continues to be under pressure and he needs an outlet. That is your perfect weapon who could take it to the house. You know, like perfect example, the Lions, almost every team does this, but screen passes. They do it perfection. Us? No.
We don't even run them.
We tried one today. Terrible stuff.
Yeah, it got blown up.
It's like, dude, like I don't, but golly, like we don't practice this. I don't understand why every team can do it, not us.
Yeah. So let's talk about some good. Let's talk about some good.
There was good.
Let's talk about Ed Oliver.
Beast
Ed Oliver. Oh my God, did he have a game? Did we need him to step up? And he did.
Huge, especially when Vaughn went out.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. He was very good.
Phillips together.
Matt Milano too, except for the missed tackle.
And know what? He's gonna miss some random.
It's gonna happen. And he read that, Mikey.
Oh my God, did he?
Perfection, and he just whiffed.
And give Swift.
Swift is he's a great running back. He's very good.
Yeah.
And Williams is a dog, bro. Williams is a tough son of a bitch too. That backup they got. It's a good
big guy that we've been wanting forever.
It's a good combo.
Back. Yeah, it is.
It's a good combo.
I'll be interested to see if Detroit can re-sign Williams at the end of this year, because he only signed for a 2-year, $6 million deal. This is year 2 of that.
Okay.
So he'll be a free agent. I'll be interested to see how that plays out.
Yeah.
Because man, jet sweeps. Triggs comes in and says jet sweeps and wheel routes, please. Yes, that's what we should be running with.
I know.
Hines.
I know. By the way, thank God we won, because I work obviously in a bar. That's a sports bar. That's Detroit Lions. And by the way, Mikey, I didn't tell you, I worked yesterday, obviously, and I rock my hat, my Bills hat, and they're like, "Oh, Bills, huh? Fucking go down." Now they didn't talk too much trash, because you got to be careful. We aren't a bad team. And I'm like, listen, I gave them crap. I said, listen, you guys won 3 in a row. By the way, they won 3 in a row too, guys. This isn't, they're not 2 and what, barely, a couple wins and that's it. Like this was listen, they were on a good streak, better than us.
We were on the road. We were at their home.
Yeah. So listen, at the end of the day, it wasn't pretty. We made some terrible mistakes. But we got the job done and we won. Okay. Ultimately we won. Who else looked good today for you, Mike?
Before we move on to that, Kelly Bills comes in and asks, are we a Super Bowl team? If the Super Bowl was played tomorrow, I would say no, because we have so many guys injured.
Yeah.
If we're fully healthy, I truly believe we're still a Super Bowl team. It's just getting us healthy, because right now we have so many guys banged up.
Right. Exactly. I'm all with that.
It's about just getting W's right now and getting into the playoffs.
I'm all with that. And you got to remember, listen, I know you're a little down now because it wasn't pretty as bad, and like I said, once again, Lions aren't that bad. We are now technically in first place. Okay. We have 8 wins, guys, 3 losses. And a shitload of injuries. I told you guys, it's like we're one guy Trey comes back. Now Vaughn's out. It's like I don't get it. So you guys got to take a step back and just go.
And we have Rousseau out, Tremaine
out. Right. So for everything that's gone on, listen, Jordan Poirier ain't 100%. Allen's not 100%. Come on, guys. And we're 8-3.
We had no Mitch Morris. We lost Dion Dawkins.
Forgot about Mitch Morris. You're right. So listen, guys, and these aren't excuses. I'm just trying to tell you, it could be a lot worse, and that's why I made that video. That's why we talked about that. A lot of teams with these injuries, they be a losing team. And
last year, Baltimore was a perfect example of that. They lost so many guys, and they just couldn't overcome it.
Right, exactly.
Bean's depth is paying off.
It is 100%.
Chris comes in and says, "Another ugly win, but I'll take it." Listen, you hear the talking heads all the time talk about how the Bills can't win close games. They can't win those ugly dogfight games. Here's another one.
I agree with this, by the way, real quick, Mikey, but they'll never do it. But
I know.
I really wish they would. And I'm telling you right now, if Edmonds leaves Buffalo and he goes somewhere else, I would be shocked if they don't test him at edge. Because
outside
I'm telling
linebacker.
you,
he's a Micah High
or an outside, or an outside. Like I could see him as a Von Miller even late in his career, like going to edge, and being outside, being like more of a Parsons role. He has the size, he has the speed, and we just don't. I feel like we
don't use him.
We don't use him right.
We don't use him as that weapon. We put him in the middle.
We use him just as a tackling guy that runs the defense, which is fine, but when we need a big play, man, but for instance, by the way, I did want to say this too. Because you weren't on with me, Mikey. Yeah. One of my things was, in the pregame, I said, listen, under pressure, Jared Goff ranks, I think it was 32 out of 37 quarterback. He's terrible. 43 completion percentage, really bad. And when we did pressure him, you saw terrible.
Bad.
Matt Milano got on him. He didn't get him, but he threw a terrible pass, right?
Oh my God, the Hamlin one where he threw it straight to him.
Oh my God, and Klein had it.
Klein dropped it.
Right, right in his belly, right? Yeah. But my point is, you see, and it's like sometimes we don't do it enough. And I felt like we pressured him a little bit, but it was more like Ed Oliver, and that's not really a design blitz. That's more Ed Oliver getting through. I want more of listen, what he's like, bring it, man. I'll take the chance, man. And
as long as Dane Jackson's not covering anybody.
Oh, dude.
I want to see Elam on one side. I want to see Trey on the other. Put James Jackson on the bench, man. That guy.
Bro, and Romo kept kissing his ass in the beginning.
Yeah, he's
even Romo
star. I'm like, no.
Right, but even him as the game went on was like, oh, he's struggling.
Yeah, he was.
Like, dude, Romo, trust me, we watch. I know you only watch when we go on your, when you're broadcasting. He's not played well. He's struggling.
Diggs, Bass, and Josh did the turkey post game. Okay,
so
Diggs and Josh always do it.
All three except for Bass. I'll give him that, but he almost screwed us. Yeah. But I'll give it to him because he made a huge kick, which he almost missed. By the way, in a dome, what is going on? Come on, there's no excuse. There's no win, no nothing.
Yeah, an angry Bills sports fan comes in and says that hug between Allen and Diggs at the end said it all. Did you see that?
You could see the relief on both,
they're
playing
so tight.
Yeah, bro, they don't seem sometimes on the right page. It's weird. And I hope that win, this 2-game streak that we're on gets I hope that's puts the team together. Just come together, man. We just seem out of sorts, man. Everybody, right? Gabe Davis is running wrong routes, and Stephon Diggs is getting tripped up by his own feet, and right, it just seems like we're not in a good spot.
Aren't going our way.
But we won.
Scott Blakely in, can't believe it, but a nice win.
See, and Scott, that's 2 games in a row you predicted.
And DJ Stone in the house. What's going on, brother?
My man. I think he was at the game. I think.
Nice.
I think he said he was. I don't know if he made it.
William, welcome.
Salute.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yeah, you know what? At this point, just keep putting those W's in the column.
Yeah.
Get us healthy and get us back right. Because listen, if we play this bad against the Patriots, they have a better defense than the Lions.
But
they don't have as good as their
offense
isn't as good. It's
That's
the other
a
way
good
around.
sign.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, missing Vaughn now, let's knock on wood. This is kind of not the worst game going against Patriots. We don't really if I'm going to not be needing Vaughn one game, right? Even the Jets game, because now the Jets are having issues, right? I'm good with it. Their offense isn't the like. I'm cool with that, but I really hope he's back down the stretch because that's what we got him for, right, Mikey? We got him for this playoff run. We got him for these fourth quarters, but yeah.
Yep, Trek. Hi, Mr. Zappy.
Yeah, I know, right? Hey, we know Mr. Zappy unless we knock out
Well, let's see if Mac and Cheese tonight can get through the game. We already watched Wilson get benched.
What else did you like from this game, Mikey? Real quick.
Jason says Vaughn is okay. He needs ice on them old knees. Yeah.
Yeah. He got rolled up on pretty good, bro.
The red zone defense looked okay.
Yeah.
The red zone offense actually wasn't that bad, except for the turnover.
Yeah.
The fourth quarter offense looked more like the offense that I've seen. It almost kind of like that last drive right before when we scored that touchdown reminded me very much of the Tampa Bay game where Josh said "fuck it," and he went out there and just
I got to do it. I got to do it. And I even said to myself, man, in that drive, I said, you know what, man, just Josh, just clear out your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Forget about the mistakes, bro. Just be you.
He went back to Diggs too.
Yeah, just go back. Just don't, because I almost feel like he's overthinking things now, right?
Yeah.
Just go back to do what you do, and in the red zone, be smart. I don't want you to change your style, right? But just be careful with the ball when it counts the most, And I thought that last drive is. Oh, I got to tell you too. The running that Josh Allen did, if you notice, he had a lot of holes early, and he chose not to take them. He chose to try a pass, right? Like when he had it, normal Josh take off, and he had, bro, trust me. And at the end, you notice he's like, "Fuck it, I'm going." I'm not trying any of this where I'm running and then I pass last minute. They didn't work today. They did not work, right? So I kind of felt like in the fourth quarter, Josh was like, you know what? I gotta take over. I'm going to put my body on the line.
Not only that, but he went to Diggs over and over. And I noticed the route tree that Diggs was running in the fourth quarter was different than the first quarter. He started running them on those short routes to get him quick, and then he got the run after the catch.
How about the throw, by the way, and to set up the field goal?
Oh my God, that throw
on
was
a rope.
vintage. And you know what? Gotta tip my cap to Diggs to hold on to that ball because he got crushed as the ball got there.
Bro, that was a bang. Not only that, it was like, bro, he had a lot people around him, surrounding him at that time.
3 guys.
So to pay attention, not to drop, because mind you, he was dropping balls early, stumbling over his feet, right? He made a huge clutch catch with guys draped on him. And Allen too made that's a gutsy pass, bro.
I hope
could have been
DJ. Yeah. I hope you're right, DJ.
I do, man. I told you. Listen, how long me and Mikey been preaching this? And a lot of y'all, Bills Mafia. No. Listen, you saying that now? You better preach a different tune because I'm telling you, this receiving core, and I like Shakir, but right now clearly they don't trust him because they be calling plays for him. Yeah. McKenzie, we know, is not the answer at slot. He's a good player, gadget player guy. He can help out here and there.
Davis isn't a wide receiver too.
And Gabe Davis is really, really struggling. I don't know if the angle thing's about, but listen, it's been weeks. It's been months. Yeah. And listen, it's like his route running is just done. I don't know what the hell
he might be a better 3 option.
He might be. He might be right now. Now I still say, man, he has it all, Mikey. He hasn't put it all together, maybe because it makes no sense where this guy can have unbelievable games where he's
204 and then disappear,
and nobody can stop. And he's running perfect routes. He's catching, bro, toe tap, toe drag. I mean, he's doing it all, and then you come in games like these, and he's just nowhere to be found, bro. Nowhere.
I wish he would slide more. I wish Chris, because McDermott said it. There's a few times he did kick off, and he had a chance to slide, and he didn't. And I'm like,
I don't get it either, bro. Slide. Especially when and listen, defenses now they know he's hurt.
Yeah,
and if you saw the game, if you saw last week, there's swipe, and there's nothing. Listen, it is football. I don't blame them. They're gonna try to they're gonna tackle you. They're gonna hit you in your sweet spot, man, and get down, bro. I'll tell you what, another play that was huge too, Mikey. on the Detroit line, stupid, and it's something we would have done. The late hit on Josh.
That was just so dumb.
Really dumb. But that's something we do, guys.
Dumb. Yeah.
We've done dumb shit like that too. That's a Detroit Lion thing to do. Like, trust me, I'm sure Lions fan go, that typical.
Let everybody happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, be good, man. Enjoy.
Be safe.
Yep. But bro, yeah, man. So what else? What else am I missing? Oh, somebody mentioned Klein. And Klein.
Yeah, he played well.
He played well. He did. He didn't stand out, but he played good. I thought he made some
really
good tackles.
Nice plays.
He made some good. Yeah.
He was just off a few pass. He was better in the run than the pass game, which is what you expect out of Klein.
Correct.
But he's a whole lot better than Dodson.
Yeah,
whole lot better than Dotson and Bernard.
100%.
So
100%.
I will take Klein in that role every day.
I will too. High energy guy too. Poyer was a little quiet today. I thought he didn't really make any bang plays like he did last week or that he normally does. But he still had a good game. I'm not saying it's a bad game. He's just a little quiet on his end. Jackson miserable. Milano a good game. Ed Oliver we know played a good game. I thought Phillips. To be honest with you, Phillips has been quiet. My buddy.
He had a good game today.
I know, but
in the fourth quarter, he came.
He did have a good
quarter.
Right, but I want to see him get out of the quarterback more. He's been kind of quiet towards getting to sacks lately. Kind of want to see him step up. I'm not saying bad game, just kind of quiet on his end. Tim Settle made a stupid penalty early on, but I thought he played decent.
So did Basham. We had him long and
God, yes,
extends the drive.
100%. Hines kick return, nothing special. 21 return, 26 yards. He actually muffed the kick.
They stopped kicking to him, really.
Yeah,
they don't kick to him in the kick return very often.
The punt, yeah, exactly. Sam Martin did good.
Punt?
He muffed the kick return.
Okay, that was in the second quarter, huh?
And what happened? He muffed it and he just let it go into the end zone. He's smart about it, and he just kneeled down. It's a touchback, so it don't matter. I'll tell you what was huge, guys. I'll tell you what was huge. Not going to be talked about. The safety. The safety was huge because look at the score, right? And at that point, we had 0 points scored up until the fourth quarter. We had no points, guys. We had 2, and that was because of the defense. So we went up 19-15, I believe, at that point. And look how the game played out. Without that, different story, right? Like, you never know what happens there. Also, their kicker missed an easy field goal as well, right? Or we'd be talking different story as well. So there's some things that did, luck-wise go into our favor because our kicker's pretty good. And he missed an easy field goal. Shanked it, right? Put it to the left or whatever. So some things went our way, man. Thank God, because we needed it this game. I'm going to tell you, listen, everything that happened, all those little, we needed it, man. We needed it because that was that kind of game, guys, where it was like,
it came down to those little things. It came down to those little things.
Yeah. Exactly.
Triggs is right. That O-line was bad, and I'll tell you, the last 6 or 7 games, it's gotten worse. Everyone's saying, "Oh, Josh is off. Josh is this," and his decision making. He also doesn't have very much time to make a decision back there.
And he's trying, and not only that, you know what I noticed too. Now that we talk about it, when he escapes the initial rush. And he could probably take off or make a couple yards out of it, but he's still like a quarterback would. A good quarterback. He's still looking. He's looking around. He's trying to make something happen, right? And it's just not. Now in the past, it worked out, right? But now it's like our receivers can't find that look, or that separation, and it's not. It's either incomplete or turnover, right, or a sack even because he slows down a little bit, like. Yeah, man. Listen, the problem with the offensive line for many seasons under Bean, under McDermott, the run blocking, right? We talk about it. We all know this. No secret. But the pass blocking was always good. Nothing to write home about, but it was decent. Now the pass blocking has gone to shit, right? Along with the run blocking. Now they're struck. They can't even pass block. So you guys don't have to understand. Allen's under duress the whole game, right? And you guys all know about hearing the ghost thing. And I'm not saying he's hearing ghosts, but when as a quarterback, shit, I only got I know it. I feel it already.
I got less than 2 seconds to get the ball out.
Right. And my receivers aren't open. Right.
Yep.
And now you notice a lot of teams are getting home on Josh. He's taking the what he would normally break loose, right? He's not anymore. They're grabbing his ankle. They're getting him down. Right. Anyway, Scott coming in. Go ahead, Mikey.
Super chat from Scott Blakely says, as much as I've been a Debbie Downer lately, I'm a huge Bills fan. Just hurts me when we're both in our window. You know what I mean? Because we are in our window. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Love your podcast. We love you too, Scott. We appreciate
you. We do love you, man. And I always mess with you too, man.
Yeah.
I like the Debbie Downer, but I'm glad that you're happy. I know you're a big Bills fan, and I know you've been a Bills fan.
Enjoy this
forever,
W on this wonderful holiday.
Exactly.
Let's be thankful for what we have. We have an 8-3 football team.
That's right.
We went through 17 years of shit.
Exactly. You want to go back?
No.
You want to reset the button?
Absolutely not. So let's be thankful for what we have. We have an elite quarterback receiver duo. We have fantastic players, a deep roster, a great GM, probably top 3 GM in this league, and 100%. A coaching staff who has built a culture that everyone stays together even when things go bad. So you know what?
That's what
it could be a whole lot worse.
That's exactly what this is Scott, all y'all. That's what I meant last week when we talked about, not being so down and out.
Thank you, William. Happy Thanksgiving, brother.
Sorry. Yeah. Hey, William, be good. But yeah, exactly my point, Mikey. Listen, we all know, right? For fans that have been watching this Bills team as long as me and Mikey, along with Scott, bro, we know how bad this team was. We've lived through the Super Bowls. We lived through the drought years, and we finally got something good. And we're like complaining at 8-3, 7-3, 8-3. Like, you know what I mean? Like, guys, like, I get it, and it's frustrating. And you don't listen. I'm not sitting here telling you guys like I'm like watching, like we're the best thing going to sliced bread. We're so awesome, Mikey. All that, like I'm not trying. Yeah. I've never Mikey knows. Mikey messaged me. I messaged him for a game. We'll talk, right? I say, man, this is bad. This is bad. But here's what they need to do. Why aren't they doing this? I get it. Listen. I totally understand the frustration is one thing. But I also have to sometimes take your frustration, take a step back, and go, damn, you know what? For all that's going on, for all the stupid shit, how we're playing, we're 8-3. What? You know what I mean, guys? Yeah. We're not playing. And by the way, and I know Scott's coming in with Super Chat. Yeah. We're not playing shitty teams, guys, in our records 8-3, right? Like sometimes they'll have an easy, cushy schedule, and you go, hey, I see why that team's 8-3.
Last year,
exactly. We had easy peasy, right? And we're 7-6 last year, by the way.
Chuckles comes in. This is the perfect saying. This is probably how most Bills fans feel. Not hating, just scared. We are so scared of things falling apart on us because that's what
which they normally do.
Yes. Yeah. That is probably the best comment I've seen yet because
especially under McDermott.
That hits me to the core. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And by the way, I want to say this too, guys. For all the shit that we've been giving Dorsey and McDermott, kudos to them because they finally figured a way to win. Control the clock, by the way, another thing, clock management, which has not been good by them. And it really wasn't good in this game. I'll be honest with you.
25 seconds, and we were able to get in the field goal range.
Right. Exactly, Mikey. So you got one. A lot of coaches don't even do it. They'll be like, fuck it, we're going to overtime, right? Not worth it. Like, we already threw the ball, interception. Let's just play for overtime. Got to give Dorsey credit. Dorsey said, fuck it, go. We're going to win this game, right? Scott coming in with another one. Man, Scott, thank you, bro. I appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate you, brother.
You rock, bro.
And all you guys rock, It's Thanksgiving, and we got you guys in the chat,
100%. When y'all could be eating.
Yeah.
Which I'm finna do.
I will be eating soon.
I'm going to Golden Corral, baby.
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. All you
yeah, that's right.
I have 2 places to hit. My brother's holding Thanksgiving this year. I'll be going over there, and then I'll be coming home and taking my bird out and doing my thing here
nice.
As well. So,
but what makes this more special though, Mikey, for me at least. So I get to go out, and where do I live, Mikey?
Detroit. Get to wear your Bills hat, baby. Hey,
and my hoodie.
Hey, listen, be safe.
Be I
safe,
will.
brother.
Well, I'm from the D, you know what I mean? I still
yeah.
Listen, come on now. You know, they ain't gonna mess with me, but it's gonna feel really good. I tell you, I wouldn't have gone if we lost. I want to hear that shit.
Yes, you know,
hey,
Thanksgiving as well. Yeah, appreciate you popping in.
Or
Listen,
Chanel.
there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of Bills content creators you could be rocking with right now. Most of them are going live right now. So the fact that you chose Tommy and I, we appreciate you. And whether you see this live with us now or on the replay, we appreciate you guys come in and spend a little bit of your Thanksgiving holiday with us.
No doubt. So yeah, so guys, you know, not to keep going on it, but 8-3.
Yep.
It's Thanksgiving. We won on Thanksgiving, another Thanksgiving victory. Like, honestly, guys, I know it wasn't the prettiest game, but take a deep breath, feel good about this team. Listen, we're not there yet. We all know that. This is not obviously you know, a team that right now, like Mikey said, is a Super Bowl team, right? And we're going to be real and honest
playing
here.
Like Super Bowl team.
We're not but if we get our guys healthy, which we get over this jinx that we're having with injuries and get into the playoffs, we are definitely a Super Bowl team, in my opinion.
Yeah.
We have one of the best quarterbacks, toughest quarterbacks in the NFL, one of the toughest, best receivers in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully Vaughn comes back. You know, we got good leadership in the defensive side. We just got to clean it up, guys.
It's not just Vaughn. Clean it up. We got to get Vaughn back. We got to get Groot back.
Oh, that's
Groot
me.
was having a sneaky good season too.
He will come back, and that's good news.
Get Tremaine back.
Tremaine should come back soon.
A little bit
Trey
White today.
That's right.
I truly believe it was scheduled that he was only going to play the first quarter, much like a preseason game. Because
which
remember, and that makes a ton of sense because if you think about it, since we've activated from the PUP list, it's been like what 4 or 5 weeks. That's about how long training camp is. And then this first game. Yeah. So next game,
talked about this.
Next game, and we'll probably see him against New England.
And a grass field, probably a little bit more playing.
And he'll probably start rotating a little bit more. Mm-hmm. Like we probably won't see him play a full game for another few weeks.
Yeah, which is guys, this is football, man. NFL, you can't just run in there with
Spin. I thought this.
No, nothing. Go ahead.
I thought this. Spin said Bass's mixed extra point might have saved the Bills because the Lions would have gone for that.
I was thinking the same. That's funny. I was thinking kind of the same thing on the drive because listen, I'll be honest with you. At times, it just felt like if the Lions wanted to pass, they're gonna get it.
They just throw at Dane Jackson because he can't cover a freaking.
Bro, we could not. Yeah, we could not. I gotta say too. Same with the Browns, bro. I know the Browns are a running team, but
they went to Dane Jackson the whole time.
Yeah, if you look back at that game, same thing with the Minnesota game. Go back. Yeah. When they want to pass against this Bills defense because of Dane Jackson, especially now, it's not just Dane getting picked on, but he's the prime one. It seems like we are just giving chunks up. By the way, Mike,
you're right.
We dropped from we're like 18th against the pass now. Like we've really gotten bad on defense on the pass
because we've had to bring everybody up to stop the run.
Yeah, but hey, run defense today, not terrible. What did the Lions do on run? Let me see here.
We gave up 171. We rushed for 171 today.
So Williams had 66 and Swift had 19.
Yeah,
it's not terrible. That's really not bad. Swift is a really dynamic back.
We held them to under 100 yards rushing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So back-to-back weeks against back-to-back pretty good duos.
28 carries as a team for 96 yards.
Yeah,
we had 29 carries as a team for 164 yards and a touchdown.
And Allen was 78 of them, but that's okay.
10 for 78. Yeah. Singletary had a very solid game like he normally does. 14 for 72.
He did. Underrated.
McKenzie
Keep
2
telling
for 7. Cooks 2 for 4. Hines 1 for 3. We'd like to see Hines maybe take Cooks and McKenzie's carries and give him 5. We gotta get a way to get that guy involved.
Listen, I like Cook. I think he's going to be okay, but right now he is not.
Roller coaster. He's riding that roller coaster.
He could have cost us like that. That interception would have been huge for the Lions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Momentum is everything in the NFL too, guys. Can you imagine back-to-back intercept? I mean, that would have just took everything out of the team, I think, honestly, at that point. And they go down and score. I mean, that's it. You know, on the road,
he showed that he was going that way. So Josh threw it and then he cuts back.
Yeah, he stopped. He went to go I don't understand what he was doing there. McKenzie also did a stupid play when he thought stopped. Allen was stopped.
He stopped.
What are you doing?
Granted, McKenzie also got blown up on that play, and it should have been illegal contact. But they didn't call it. Yeah, because I guess probably oversight. Who knows? What else was there a play by the refs that I thought that there was another the one on Diggs, when he was already down and they let him come and take the cheap shot at his head.
Bro, why was that not called?
I don't know.
I was shocked, bro.
Diggs was hurt and he had to leave the game because of
not only that, he was defenseless for a minute, it seemed like, and he went up high, bro.
It was Hutchinson, just took it shoulder to the head.
Yeah, dude.
And he was sitting on his butt. I don't know.
And the refs were sitting right there, bro. It wasn't like the refs were covered. You know what I mean?
I don't know where Ben.
How do you miss
today.
that?
I don't know. I don't know why. Dane Jackson was terrible.
I saw Elam in the game.
Yeah, Elam played well.
Yeah,
Elam played really well. They didn't go at him very much. They went
St. Brown is good, bro.
St. Brown is a fantastic wide receiver. He was one of the top ranked high school recruits. Went to USC with a bad quarterback, so he didn't get selected until the 4th round. But the dude was a stud.
I sat him on my fantasy because I don't ever play. Well, the thing is, no, I got a rule because I don't give a shit about fantasy if my team's playing. I never play the guy.
22 and a touch.
Yeah, I never play the guy playing the Bills. No matter who, could be fucking Justin Jefferson. I think I bench. I don't remember. But yeah, dude, I normally don't play guys playing against the Bills, bro. I usually bench them. So
yeah, I know he didn't go down right away. But then he sat down, and then Hutchinson came and took the shot at him. That's why I didn't understand why.
Yeah, it looked like he spun around.
Was it close? Yeah, probably was close, but still, the refs usually.
I don't think so.
The refs usually call that because he went.
Yeah, you got to watch it. You got to watch it again because I watched it again. I'm like, because I thought the same thing. Maybe it was almost a bang bang.
Yeah,
but no, he was down for a second, bro.
Targeting Dane Jackson. They looked for him, and that's who they threw it to.
Oh, dude,
they got bad towards the end.
If you don't think defensive coordinators are watching film on Dane Jackson, you're totally wrong.
First quarter,
they are exposing the shit out of Dane Jackson right now. Defensive coordinators are eating that shit up. And I gotta say this too, bro. For as bad as the Patriots' offense is, it'll be typical Bills to let Mac Jones sit back there
and pick them apart.
And pick them apart when other defenses are playing them right. Like that's what we do. And I would say the only thing frustrating on the Bills. Like I said in this game, you're going against a quarterback in Goff who's a good quarterback, but under pressure, one of the worst in the NFL, and yet we only pressure him.
We had a few chances to pick him off today too, and we didn't. We dropped it.
Klein one. I know there was another one too.
There was a couple chances where we had a chance.
But man, it's like, but my thing is like with Frazier, it's like, okay, know who you're going against, man. I don't understand why game plan versus the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Going against Zach Wilson, another quarterback who's terrible against New England. Perfect, no problem. They know how to play Zach Wilson. Us, we. No pressure. Come on, man. So I really hope Frazier has. I will say this, Mikey. If we do want to make a deep playoff run, McDermott and Frazier, especially them two, they have to get out of their own way sometimes and go. Listen, stop being so. We're gonna do this and that's it. Dude, you gotta go sometimes against the grain. You have to put. I know you don't like it. I know that's not your scheme, but it works sometimes, guys.
Yes, it does.
Trust your defense once in a while. Stop playing this. We're scared of the big play. Okay, so you're scared of the big play. Fine. Like, for instance, no big plays this game, but boy, they sure as fuck drove down the field with no problem.
Yeah.
They killed a bunch of clock. That doesn't always work. Come on, man. Listen, Mikey, when we play the Dolphins, fine. I'm all good for that. Play the zone. Don't fucking because they'll burn you. I totally get that. But when you're playing a guy, a pocket passer who and the receivers are like, bro, put the pressure on him, bro. You know what I mean? No point of that. You're playing Zach Wilson. Put the pressure on him, bro. So I don't know. I don't know, Mikey. But hey, we're 8-3. That I know.
Yes, we are. And to answer Spen's question, he played the first quarter.
He did,
and then we didn't see him again. They didn't say.
I saw him on the sideline. He had like he had like a thing on.
Yeah, I think it was very much. I think it was planned. That it's more of his preseason game.
100%.
And then there was a report, and I was trying to find it, that came out that said that Vaughn has a sprain. They'll do the MRI to confirm it, but the initial diagnosis was a sprain. They didn't think it was going to be the worst.
Terrible. I mean, it looked bad, but
he also sat on the cart. He didn't have to keep it straight or anything. He was able to bend it and do all that stuff too, which is
true. And if you look at the play, it could have been worse because the guy who kind of rolled on him didn't keep rolling. Like he didn't like Vaughn. You know what I mean? Like it did.
Was it a roll up thing?
Yeah, the roll up thing. Okay. I think Vaughn got a little lucky though, but I will say that it's a turf, boy. You put your foot in that turf. That's why they hate that turf, man.
Yeah.
There's no give, dude, when you put your cleat down. But yeah, to your point, he also walked off. I think initially they helped him, whatever. So that's a good sign. And like you said, if there's reports already come out, maybe it's a sprain.
Yeah,
guys, just cross your fingers.
It was an ankle, but no, they came out and said
I did too at first. When you watched the replay, though, you saw his knee buckle.
Yeah, he's like, but then they said knee, and yeah. You can't get Trey back and lose Vaughn. That's just
not a thing you want. Yeah, not a thing you want to hear. And then of course Dion going out too with the ankle thing. It's like, and then Ed.
Although
came back.
Questenberry played okay.
Yeah. Kudos too, by the way, except for one bad snap, and it wasn't, didn't hurt us.
It wasn't a horrible snap. It was just,
Ryan Bates, I thought filled in well today.
I'm telling you, I think Ryan Bates is our future center. I really
I've been saying he's not I agree with you. He is not a right guard. Like it's not bad as a fill-in.
Yeah.
But I 100% agree with you.
He's better at center.
And you got him locked up anyways. You paid him already, right?
Yeah.
Why go out and get a center again? If this guy is more than, and not only that, okay, he's your center now. All off season, that's what he does, bro. You get Cromer, you get him working at center, get him even better, right? Like you get him even more better at that position, right? Instead of going to position, where he's constantly going to different. Boom, you're the center. Here's your job. Be the best at it. I agree with you.
He's athletic.
Got to get a right card
and has enough power to run the schemes that we want to run. I think ideally that's going to be his best spot. I think that's where he'll end up long term for the Bills. It's just a matter of we still have Mitch Morris and he's our anchor, so we had to find a spot for him.
I agree. Spencer Brown too, by the way, still struggling at times. He gets beat.
Young.
You know where he gets beat though
with
speed.
Yep.
He has when they go in with the speed rush and they dip. I don't know if it's because he's so tall and he can't really move with them. Yeah, he
needs to learn to just push down on them when they dip like
that. That's it.
And
use your weight, bro. Because he's athletic. It's not like Spencer Brown's slow, guys. He's athletic. He was a basketball. He can move, but he just for some reason when he's backpedaling, he has a tough time.
Just remember, he comes from a FCS school.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
He was a project guy, by the way, guys.
Yeah, and it's year 2 and he's still starting. He's a project guy. He in high school he played 8-on-8 football.
Right. Exactly. So
and he was a tight end. He wasn't even a lineman. He didn't learn line until
I'll tell you what, better than fucking Cody Ford, one, right?
Absolutely.
He was a third round. And listen,
by the way, Cody Ford's starting for the Cardinals.
Is he? Oh, yikes.
Yeah. He has been most of this year.
Really? I haven't really had a Cody Ford watch going, but
he's not doing fantastic. I mean, he's probably league average, but yeah, he's starting for the Cardinals right now.
Oh God. But yeah, man, listen, Spencer Brown may take another season or two to really see where, like, if Cromer and Dorsey and McDermott are sold yet, like, meaning, okay, we have to go get a right tackle. You know what I mean? Like, I think he deserves another year at least to kind of see where we're at before we panic and get a right tackle. But man, we need a right guard, right? We're going to need a left tackle. We're going to need a left tackle, right? Left guard. We're going to need a left guard.
Yeah, what happened to Dion?
Yeah.
Dion go?
I meant left guard. When Saffold, because Saffold's here 1 year. You guys know that. So, bro, guys, listen, there is work to do in the offseason.
And who knows if we're going to keep Mitch? And who knows if we're going to keep Mitch in next year?
Yeah, I know he got the extension, but you're right. I mean, he's getting to that age. Injuries are piling up. You know, I mean, it is what it is.
I'll have to look at his contract to see if we have the out at the end of this year or not.
Okay.
Or if it's this year, next year, and then out.
We'll do that after the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. in our off-season preview, we'll look at all that stuff.
Right.
So,
anything else, Mikey? Before
I go get ultimately, we're 8-3. That's what matters. Because I'll tell you, once the playoff starts, no one's going to remember like, oh, the Bills barely escaped Detroit.
They will not.
It's all about
nothing.
wins.
Yeah, has
because
nothing to
I've
do.
watched the Chiefs barely escape some guys too.
They barely escaped last week against Chargers.
Yeah,
you know they've had some bad games where they, winning ugly. But at the end of the day, like Mikey said, wins a win. WW, it don't matter, right? Just like a boxer come in and look terrible, but barely wins on the judge's scorecard. Hey, that's a win, bro. Like you know what I mean?
Was 24 for 42, 253, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, 10 carries, 78 yards, and a touchdown.
Good game.
He had 3 touchdowns.
In a great game. He had a good game.
Yeah, he had 300 plus yards, total yards with 3 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's a Josh Allen Thanksgiving game.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, listen, I thought I will say this. I said before the pregame, I thought this would be the game where offense got back to clicking. Because it's
late fourth. If that's the
exactly so
forward, I'll be happy.
Yeah, that's where I was going with. So I was almost about to say, like, if we lose this game, the mojo is not back, baby. It's still not there because that's all I wanted this game to be, a mojo game, because I knew we were going against a bad Lions defense. Right, and this was an opportunity for us to get back together.
They played much better the last 3 weeks.
But they did, and I got to say they're fighting for their coach, which I told you guys, their coach, tough dude. I like that.
They have a chance to sneak into the playoffs.
They could.
Their schedule gets rather easy after this.
And look how they're playing. They're a tough team. I mean, they got, and their defense is getting feisty. But either way, that drive maybe is that mojo where I was saying maybe things got to click. Did it give you the
feelings like last year when you got that feeling in Tampa Bay
against the Tampa? Feeling? I'll tell you no, and I'll tell you why, because that was a whole second half of or whole quarter and a half of really good football. This was just a drive of really good.
That was 2 drives
executed. 2 drives. I'm sorry, 2 drives of very. You're right. I forgot the field goal. Very executed very well on the players and the coaching. Right, the coaches did not hold back like they normally do, or get scared, or forget to call timeout, or do something stupid. Right, the field goal is perfect.
Think about this real quick. That final drive, we were able to call timeout because we had timeouts.
Yeah,
on that field goal.
I do want to ask though.
That was awesome.
Question though. I do want to ask this though. Curious though, because I was thinking of it during the game. Why would they call a timeout at 7 seconds and not like 5 or 4? And kick the field goal.
Right? I didn't get that.
Normally it's 4. 4 will be done. You're done because listen, we kicked at 7. There's 2 seconds left, meaning even if you call timeout at 5, the game will be over. Why would you even give them the opportunity to do something crazy at the end?
I think because if there's a bad snap, you can cover it because it's not 4th down. You can call timeout and then have another shot at it.
Was that 3rd down? Okay. I thought that was 4th down. Are you sure?
No. It was
okay.
It was
okay. I still don't.
Josh had just gotten the first. I think.
You're right. If there was a bad something, right. You can make up for it.
That snap,
I get it, but I still, I cringe when there's time left. I cringe. I'm like, what can, bro? My first thought was, what can go wrong here?
Yeah,
I know it was yours.
Right?
There's 2 seconds. What could happen here?
They did exactly. It was 1st down. Okay, so it says it was 1st down.
Okay,
that's what I thought.
My mind's all over.
And that could have been a bad snap. You just
I get it.
You just cover it up and you get another shot.
Right, exactly. I totally agree. That then fine. But my mind, I'm like,
I understand why they did it. I would have much rather than been at 5 seconds or 4 seconds, and then if there was a bad snap or something, okay,
you still got a couple seconds, right?
Not even that. If it's a bad snap, you go into overtime. It's the worst thing that can happen.
That's true. Right. But hey, 2 seconds, and you would expect your team to.
We did exactly
but it's us, right?
We squib kicked it, went down and covered it. Exactly what we.
Which was very now that was smart. Now with 2 seconds, that's it. They touch the ball at times. You're done. You have to do crazy plays, right?
Yep.
But whatever. We got the win. I'll take it. I was just, dude, trust me. I was like, nope. Because normally I start preparing for like coming on podcasts, and I'm like, nope, I can't touch my computer yet because it's the Buffalo Bills.
I got set up early fourth quarter just so I was prepared, so I didn't have to scramble at the last minute.
Oh my God, dude, I was like, but anyways, guys, me and Mikey got to go, man.
Yeah,
we got to eat. I have not. Yeah. Once again, everybody in the chat, we appreciate you guys stopping by. Anybody that's watching the recap, we appreciate you. And we will be back on.
No Friday Night Light tomorrow, right?
No Friday Night Lights, guys. There's nothing to preview, right? So we will be back
Saturday.
Monday. Oh, actually, well, I'm sorry. Saturday. Man, my mind's all. We'll be back Saturday at 2 for Fantasy Football, Fantasy Kingdom, and at 6 AFC East Shakedown. And Monday at 9. And then I do got to say, Mike, we have a game Thursday. So I may come on preview because Mikey might be working still and do that game like I did today, the preview. And then Mikey, of course, will come on after the game Thursday. So
if I can get out, I'll join you. If I can't,
okay,
then,
cool.
I'll catch you for post game.
All right. Hey, Chanel, appreciate you. And we'll see all y'all guys on Saturday, man.
Yep. Go Bills.
Have a good one, guys. Go Bills.
Happy
Bills
Turkey
Mafia
Day.
#1. Yeah, man. Happy Thanksgiving, guys.